Welcome again, one and all, to another episode of Video Store Memoirs. I'm your host, Kevin Selena, here to talk to you about a pretty recent release in the theaters that I got to see. And honestly, I wanted to really talk to you people about it. We're talking about Twisters today. First, as always, our friends at IMDb have let us know the synopsis of said movie. A retired tornado chaser and meteorologist is persuaded to return to Oklahoma to work with a new team and new technologies. So, right out the gate, full disclosure here, my initial thoughts when this movie was coming out and it was announced, I was like, dear God, not another cash grab by Hollywood. Then later on, more information started coming out, and well, I shouldn't say a lot of information. A few things slipped out here and there of what the premise was going to be. And I'm like, oh my God, how many different cameos or references are we going to hear from the original one to draw people in? So I kind of went into the theater with my family going to see this, kind of on the fence already, was not prepared to really give this my all, expecting, oh, well, there's Helen Hunt, and there's the reference to why Bill's not there from the original and everything. But I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. Um, it's really a. It was actually very entertaining. It still has the same basic themes as the original movie, like I said, from 1996. Uh, and also, one of the things that I have to mention right away, the technology used for the special effects with the tornadoes, it pretty much doesn't look like they did anything really updated. Everything looked pretty much the same as what I saw when I was back in high school. Yes, I just aged myself seeing the original. Um, but I have to admit, I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. There wasn't any real references to the past film except for maybe one or two. They mentioned the whole Dorothy contraption technology that was used in the first one, and a couple little small line one liners that, like, oh, they said that. But by itself as a whole, this is a standalone movie. There's nothing connect any of the trailers in this, sorry, any of the characters in this movie to the previous. It's just the only thing that they really do have in common is they're storm chasers who are working in Oklahoma. So that's about pretty much the same thing. The cast of this: Daisy Edgar Jones, who plays the lead in this, Kate. Uh, she's great. Very competent actress. I enjoyed watching her. She played her role very well. The I've lost people to nature in a way that really scarred me, but I'm trying to move on with my life and still protect people with technology to help them so no one ever has to uh, deal with what I dealt with. So in that case, that is probably the only strong theme that really does stay with as from the original. Because that's basically Helen Hunt's character. She lost her dad to a major tornado, and Daisy lost a couple of friends to a tornado, and the movie story goes on from there. Glenn Powell, who plays Tyler, the tornado wrangler, greatest line ever. Uh, he's really good. I have seen 3 or 4 films with Glenn, and I am always impressed with him. He's not just the usual. From the trailer, you get to think that he's just going to be this macho asshole who's just going to come in here. He's a YouTuber. He's going to show off and, like, hey, yeah, look, I'm cute and I like to go after tornadoes. But, there's actually character to this man, and it's it doesn't just all spit out at once. It's a slow burn to hear the backstory behind him, what drives him to do what he does, what was, the initial reason why he does what he does. And he's he's really entertaining to watch. Hats off to him. Great job. And I can't leave this gentleman out. Anthony Ramos, this man who plays Javi, he is becoming one of my favorite actors right now. He's musicals, action movies, dramas, adventure, disaster movies. This man has found his way into every single type of genre, and he's great in every single role. No matter if it's big, it's small. Anthony's chef's kiss. I enjoy watching him all the time. But there it is. Those are my initial thoughts on the movie Twisters. It is a standalone, good disaster movie, which is rare lately. There's been some disaster movies that have come out in the past couple years that you're watching and you're like, okay, I might as well finish this, but God, this really sucks. No, this is one that I highly recommend, especially IMAX or Dolby Atmos theaters. If you're in an area that has those, please go see it. Get your eardrums blown out by the sound effects work that they put into this movie. I give it 4 clamshells. Again, see this movie, Twisters. It's out everywhere. You'll probably be able to watch it on Max in the next couple of months. You know how the streaming goes nowadays. But yeah, that's it for now. But I will be back very soon with some more reviews for you. A lot more summer movies that I'm catching up on. And then there'll be other stuff that me and Jenna will be reviewing. Especially we have coming up. We will be reviewing a movie just in time for the Olympics. The fantastically fun Disney classic, Cool Runnings. Please tune in for that. For all of you, I thank you one and all for tuning in. Everybody on TikTok, YouTube, on our podcast, thank you for tuning in all the time. My name is Kevin Salina. You guys have been great. Enjoy the movie.